Hello, my name is Essa AlAli. I'm doing this video for my individual presentation for Market 4516 Section 1. And my presentation is about the rise and fall of Blockbuster. And here is the agenda of the video. Will be the structure of the video and how I'll be presenting it. For our overall summary, I'm here to give you a quick summary of the company Blockbuster. Blockbuster was a video rental store chain company. It owned roughly around 9,000 stores, 84,000 employed worldwide, and the interesting thing is the yearly sales of revenue of $800 million only from late fees. For the rise was of the company Blockbuster was founded by David Cook. He is a software supplier in the oil and gas industry. How he opened the company was David Cook took a passion to study the potential of a video store business for a friend. He realized that a well franchise chain could group up to 1,500 units, and he saw potential. So that's where he opened the first store, opened in Dallas on October 19th, 1985. And on the opening night, it was such a huge success that they had to lock the doors due to overcrowding. What really sets Blockbuster apart at that time was this huge range of titles. Other stores could only keep track of 100 or so movies. At that time, Blockbuster had an innovative new barcode system which they could keep track up to 10,000 VHS tapes per store to each registered customer, which also meant they could keep an eye on those crazy late fees. Lastly, Cook's mission is building a 6 million distributing center. The reason for that is not only so new stores could pop up quickly, but also to house a huge range of titles so that each store's inventory could be tailored to local demographics. And then the new owner. In 1987, Blockbuster received $18.5 million from a trio of investors, including Waste Management founder Wayne Huizenga, in return for voting control. They had an intense disagreement and ended up with Cook leaving Blockbuster and Huizenga assumed control of the company Blockbuster. He decided then to embark on an aggressive expansion plan, which leads us to the brick and mortar monopoly expansion plan. At that time, he just wanted to buy out existing video rental chains while opening new stores at a rate of one per day. By 1988, just 3 years after the first store opened, Blockbuster was America's #1 video chain with over 400 plus stores nationwide. He became a multi-million company by adding music and video game rental to its store. Huizenga was worried about emerging technology like cable television could hurt Blockbuster's store model. So Blockbuster bought a cable company and received approval from the Florida legislature to build a Blockbuster amusement park in Miami. After that, they offload Blockbuster to media giant Viacom for $8 billion in 1994. And the reason for that was for Viacom to help finance Blockbuster's bid for Paramount in the bidding war with QVC Network. Unfortunately, 2 years under Viacom, it lost half of its value, which leads to the fall of the company. After the huge loss of half of the Blockbuster value, the new owner hired a new boss to focus on brick and mortar store, which was a lost cause since technology and innovation are the wave of the new era. Technology meant that the competition was on the rise, which they bought Enron to create a video on demand service, which was a very great move. But unfortunately, they saw Enron do most of the work. A full-body video on demand platform was successfully built and tested with customers from Enron. But they realized, Enron, that Blockbuster was so focused on its video rental stores that they had little time and effort for the video on demand business. So in 2001, they moved away from a major development wide scale moving streaming platform. To continue the fall of Blockbuster, from 1997 to 99, they passed an opportunity to buy Netflix for $50 million. This is a loss because if Cook was still on the board, maybe he would have invested for the second time and changed the direction of the company. In 2009, Netflix earnings about $118 million, while Blockbuster had business problems keeping up with the competition and legal battles and lost almost $518 million. In 2010, Blockbuster was delisted from the BB1 listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Within a few years, Netflix and the other competitors have been taking Blockbuster profit, not by undercutting it, but reimagining video rental to the digital age. To highlight the missed opportunity Blockbuster missed, is in 1997, Reed Hastings founded Netflix, a DVD by mail service at that time. The reason why he created Netflix is in part after being frustrated with a $40 late fee from Blockbuster. He decided to come with a new approach for video rentals, which is a DVD by mail service at that time. It's a monthly subscription of $20 and was based by creating a list online and getting 3 movies at a time from the list of your choice. And once you're done with it, you could return it with the prepaid envelope that they give you with the movies in order to not pay for any delivery fees. And on top of that, they do not have any late fees whatsoever. So you could keep the movie as long as you want, as long as your monthly subscription is active. Blockbuster was late to keep up with the demand. It took Blockbuster 5 years after Netflix to introduce its own rental video by mail service. It took them longer to scrape late fees. At that time, they did remove the late fees, but at that time Netflix had almost 3 million customers and had no storefronts and had just released its revolutionary streaming service. Misuse of power by Blockbuster. In mid-2000s, they parted away from Viacom and experimented with in-store concepts such as DVD and game trading. They were still in the midst of their identity crisis, so they decided to rush into video-on-demand streaming with dish cable, and it came too late after 3 years after 2009, which was the release of the revolutionary streaming services of Netflix. And after that, they kept declining slowly and painfully more in debt. Because at that time, DVD mail service stopped and Blockbuster sponsorship and partnership folded, and so Worldwide were rapidly plunged into administration. Which leads us to the future. The future of Blockbuster. What happened to Blockbuster? Blockbuster got lost in their success and power. At one point, they even opened a rental video kiosk. They were too busy making money in the business stores and had no interest of what was the pivot of the customer demand. And instead, the way they tried saving their business is he actually tried fighting fire with fire, which basically he kept pushing more outdated businesses, models, and outdated technology to keep the video rental store alive. Otherwise, Netflix at that time updated their technology and pivoted with the customer needs and demand. They streamlined and they were able to see the future of video rental and innovate for the future. The future of Blockbuster. So Blockbuster lost the sight of the next generation. That's why Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, they're still all in business, while Blockbuster got left behind. Particularly millennials who grew up in a world without hard copy media like DVDs and CDs, how they would react to a video on demand as technology was a great way because that was the wave of the era. The former Netflix CFO Barry McCarthy said the deal that fell with them was a deal that Netflix would run their Blockbuster brand online. If that would happen, Blockbuster would likely be the face of home video and would likely be blue and yellow instead of the famous red. The last Blockbuster was rented on November 9, 2013, and they played the movie This Is the End. Their six friends become trapped in a house after a series of strange and catastrophic events devastate, and the world ends. And that's how they left their mark for their last rent movie. Blockbuster's Last Hope. Airbnb Blockbuster. In August 2020, the store manager lists the last store on Airbnb for local residents. Blockbuster will be listing their store on Airbnb for a very special reason, an appreciation for all that the local community has recently done to support the last of its kind store during these uncertain times. This end of summer sleepover will offer movie lovers in Dutchess County the change for a 90s themed stay to relive the bygone Friday night edition, just as we remember it. I have a photo over here which they actually did, and they rent out the movies and the day. And if you have like a special party, you could contact them and rent out the whole place for the event or the special occasion. And that's the end of my video and my presentation. Thank you so much. And for any more information about Blockbuster, check out their website.